Okay, let's talk about the problem with self-care. Years ago, my brother Doug and I decided to run a marathon without training, which we've had a lot of bad ideas over the years, but that one's probably near the top. Long story short, we got through it with a lot of grit, but it was awful. Like pretty much just blacked out for the last 10 miles and got it done. But imagine if you had come up to me on mile 21 and said, hey Ryan, you know what you need? You need to treat yourself. Yeah, you need some self-care. Here, drink this, it'll hydrate you. This one's made from the purest, best ingredients out there. Let me play your favorite song for you, and I'm gonna get your therapist on the line so you can tell him everything that's going on in your life. Like, you need this. All of that would be great. Like, I genuinely appreciate it, and it'd even help a little bit. But there'd be still one massive problem. I'd probably say between dry heaves, thank you, but as great as all of that sounds, I'm not gonna feel any better until I stop running. That story isn't in the book, but it sums up the thesis real well. Self-care is great, but as long as self is at the center of the story, it's like the self is constantly running a marathon that it's not ready for, trying to prove its worth. Singing for its supper, attempting to convince the world that it's enough, still trying to control its image, performing, comparing, avoiding, controlling. And then the self-care movement comes along and starts offering all these ways to care for yourself in the middle of the marathon. Take some time to yourself, get enough sleep, go on that trip. Again, all great things, but self-care for the old self is like doing something nice for yourself on mile 21 of a marathon you didn't train for. Said differently, self-care is a great idea with an awful starting point. Jesus has a completely different strategy. Come to me, he says. Let me be the center of all of this. Let me carry this. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest for your soul. Rest for the soul. Doesn't that sound good? In a world that is obsessed with self-care, Jesus teaches us where to find soul care. You can go rest on a beach somewhere. And again, great, I hope you do. I want that for you. But if you're still at the center of the story, it's not going to be rest for your soul. Jesus made a way out of the mimes. And when you find it, you begin to experience the deep, refreshing waters of soul care, and you begin to see the freedom that comes with escaping the maze of self-centeredness by embracing a God-centered life. That's why we're doing all of this work. That's why we're confronting our inner performer and our inner comparer and our inner avoider and our inner controller. That's why we're fixing our eyes back on Jesus, because the promise is not self-care. The promise is far greater. The promise is rest for your soul. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for me. And so, Lord, free us from us.